I'm Steve Fischer. I've been with the Housing Authority since 2005. I am the product of a national search for an executive director. So if you don't like national searches, then you probably won't like me. I am the proud co-host of this building community broadcast with Ulysses Slaughter, and welcome to Building Community.
Steve, one of the things that the Housing Authority, the Chester Housing Authority, has been able to do has already been articulated through Malik's role at the farm. The other spot that is very closely related to it is the work that Debbie does. And so that we have more than just housing. Doug hit on a very important point. The first thing we got to do is make sure you got a roof over your head, a roof that you can count on. But the Housing Authority, the Chester Housing Authority, has been able to do so much more because of Malik's work and because of Debbie's work. How important is this extra stuff that we do around the Housing Authority, the farming and the exercise, as it relates to helping people rebuild their lives and get moving in a stronger direction?
You know, while we have the attention of people in our programs, we try to just not be just their housing provider, but open their eyes to other lifestyles to consider, and eating habits, exercise, are among those. There are a lot of tears shed throughout the course of the day in this work. And not just from people in the program, but from ourselves. I wasn't always in this hot seat that I'm in now. I started out doing more of a day-to-day grind like Doug and Kerry are doing now. And I can remember some of those moments. You ask what's rewarding about this. Families come to us in crisis. That's one of the guarantees. When they first get in for the opportunity, they then become frustrated because we have a lot of rules that we lay on them. They came from, for the most part, a lot of families come to us from dysfunction, and we are trying to lay on them a set of standards to live by, on which they can build their lives, a better foundation on which they can build their lives. And it's a difficult transition, and we bat heads. But then there are those moments, sometimes years later, where that same family walks into your office in tears and says, "I didn't get it at first, but thank you." And that's usually about the time they're ready to move on. Whether it's to any number of directions, but I think I've heard it across the board from everyone today. We're in this kind of work. You gotta kind of have to have the heart for it. But if you do, the difficult times and the difficult days, they're rewarded by those moments that come now and then over the years. Unfortunately, there will always be a need in this country for a greater supply of affordable housing. There will always be that rung of people in the population that can less afford housing on the private market. That group of people may change as time goes on, but as some people move up and out, we got people sitting on waiting lists for years that are waiting to move in. I mean, that picture is not going to change drastically, in the near future. We're finding ourselves right now in an even more critical time for housing affordability than we have in recent years. So we're not moving in the right direction. But as long as we have organizations like this to provide that solid support, then at least we're addressing the problem.